Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. We are asking which 4 spirit animals are walking with you in the year of 2024, nearly coming next year. And we're also actually going to be asking why. So it's like a sort of a 2-tiered reading, really. First of all, we'll identify 4 key animals, key spirit animals. We often have more than 4 walking with us, or we can have one key animal that is showing up at a particular time for a particular reason. But we are going to draw on 4 animals, 4 spirit guides for you for next year, and we are going to do this extra layer of, why are they showing up, why are they supporting you, and we'll see what reference point that gives you for some aspect of 2024. So beautiful souls, we're actually going to use a different pack. We've got 3 different packs, and we're going to use a different pack for each of the readings. So I'm just going to show you which ones they are. So this is pack 1. In a moment, I'm literally going to cut the pack and show you a card just to assist in guiding you in. This is actually the Spirit Animal Oracle by Frederick Candini. Okay, pile 2, we're using Colette Baron Reid's Spirit Animal Oracle. Okay, so this will be the cards for pile 2, and we will cut in just a moment. And pile 3, we're going to use Spirit of the Animals Oracle by Jodie Bergsma. I've used all these cards on a regular basis in other readings, but today this is how we're going to do this. 3 different packs, and then I'm actually going to use an Archangel Michael pack to really clarify why these animals are coming into your world and walking alongside you in 2024. So welcome everyone, welcome all of you who are already following my readings. Thank you so much for being a part of the Moon Magic Tarot community, and it does feel like we really are a community. You guys are amazing. And welcome anyone who's new to my readings. Absolutely wonderful to have you here, and thank you for checking things out here. It's just lovely to be connecting with more of you. So let's cut this first pack and just see what we are shown for you. Your card is Lynx. So pile 1, your first spirit animal guide is Lynx. So that's for pile 1. Pile 2, we have the energy of cat spirit. Okay, and then we have pile 3, penguin, authentic. And they all have additional words, but we'll delve into those in the reading itself. So pile 3, penguin, is your first spirit animal guide of 2024 showing up for you. Okay. So I am going to leave the video running for just a few moments longer. The timestamps are below as always, and I'll put them in a pinned comment as well. And I will see you in the readings. And if you find yourself drawn to more than one, I would just say sort of go for it. In all honesty, the spirit animal guides, they literally do, in my experience, it's different to your power animal. Your power animal is a key animal for you. If any of these are your power animals and you know them, then that's probably a really good indication that that is a reading for you to touch base with, in all honesty. But a power animal is different to a totem animal or a spirit animal guide. Your power animal is really interconnected with who you are. It's a very private relationship actually, whereas your spirit animal guides, your totem animals, are kind of, they are guides who show up when you need them for a period of time, because perhaps it's relevant to a circumstance or a situation that you're in, or even an element of your own personal soul growth in any given moment. So there is a difference. But if you know your power animal, you have that strong bond, and you see your power animal showing up, it probably is actually part of the guidance system to bring you into connecting with one of the readings. But it may be there is more than one reading that speaks to you, because you know, totem animals and spirit animal guides show up when we need them. So it could be in a whole year of 2024 that more than one of these readings is relevant to you. And you can, of course, always come back actually to these readings. They're here on YouTube on the Moon Magic Tarot channel. You can click on the home page, click on videos, and find videos, and that you'll, you know, scroll through and find videos, or indeed if you sort of save it, you know, in your history or something, you'll be able to come back to it as well. Beautiful souls, here I am waffling away. I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Hey, pile one. Lynx is your first card. Lynx is a seer, a knower. Lynx energy. Very, very interesting. Also, Lynx keeps is the carrier of secrets. That's what I want to say in native traditions. Lynx is the carrier of secrets. Lynx sees everything, knows everything, but doesn't necessarily tell you. Do you know what's coming through with this card already is keep your counsel. Okay, now this may be part of your soul growth learning. Keep your counsel, to know when to speak to people and when not. To know when to just listen, observe, and to know, but not necessarily to voice it. You know, honesty is absolutely fabulous and wonderful, and it's absolutely, I'm a 100,000% believer in open, authentic conversations. But sometimes keep your counsel. Sometimes speaking too openly to perhaps the wrong person can put you into vulnerable a position. It would be like giving information to the wrong person. Just a very strong message coming through with this card. Keep your counsel. So I'm just going to sit that here. We'll draw, obviously, cards in a moment to see why Lynx is coming into your reading today. Let's draw your other animals, your other spirit animal guides for today. And look, all three of your cards have come straight to you, absolutely straight away, immediately. Move these books out of the way so I can put my cards to one side. So you have Cat, Independence. You have Eagle, Higher Vision, and Panther, Courage. Do you know, immediately, even without drawing your clarifying cards about why, I can tell you, beautiful souls, that your capacity to see, to know, to walk your spiritual pathway, sort of both, I wanted to say at depth, but like from the highest of the high, you're elevating basically. 2024 is bringing a phenomenal elevation of your spiritual capacity to see, your psychic abilities. But it's not just psychic abilities. What's really interesting here, it's about stepping into them in a very real way, having the courage of your convictions, not just having the higher vision, but holding the higher vision. I think you're going to be shown a lot in 2024. Your spiritual sight is going to massively rocket. But it's also your spiritual growth alongside it. It's not like you're just seeing something or seeing things. You're also seeing them with purpose, and you're going to know, or you're going to learn to know what to do with that vision, to know what to do with that sight, to know how to handle it. Panther energy is about walking in the shadows and knowing that there is nothing to fear. That the place of shadow is a place of learning, it's a place of growth, it's a place of depth where we can see so much. It's like if you were shamanically journeying and you travel into the underworlds, you can be shown so much. that, you know, it's equally as valuable as traveling into the higher realms. But we have higher realms, the shadows, and independent thinking. I just feel your unique spiritual journey is going to be rocketing. I am wondering about the purpose, so I'm going to move and draw cards as to why. We have an Archangel Michael. It's a Sword of Light oracle. But yes, higher vision. It's going to slightly set you apart. Let me just sit with the messages that are channeling through for you for a little bit longer before we draw these. It's going to set you apart from people. I don't mean in a negative way. I'm not suggesting you're going to sever all ties with people or march off, you know, whatever, you know, lose all your family, your friends, or anything like that. Nothing like that at all. It will set you apart from within you, because your capacity to see is going to shift and change and expand so much. Everything in your reading is about you rising to higher vision, but learning it's also about learning what to do with this. It may even be for some of you that if you have been wondering what your calling is, for example, and I do think perhaps our calling, or let's call it our purpose, because I think they're slightly different, okay? If we think about your calling and your purpose, I think your purpose at any given time is often just shown to you, and it may be a small patch of learning, or it may be a huge patch of learning, a piece of, you know, massive evolutionary soul growth, which also comes in steps. So your purpose may be a very specific step on that pathway. Your calling is kind of different, because it's almost like it'll be some element of your world, and we can end up having more than one calling in life, but it can be an element of your world that some sort of suddenly consolidates. It's like you suddenly realize all those experiences that you've been through that have led you to where you are today were purposeful. You know, they've led you to where you are today. You're now doing something. You can now take all of these different threads forwards and weave this magnificent tapestry, because you have something to deliver. And I think you're going to find you have the courage to do this. Now, it may mean that you have a voice that is a little bit different to other people around you. It doesn't mean you sever relationships, but you learn to keep your counsel. You learn who to speak with and who not to speak with. It's interesting, somebody left a comment in one of my other readings not long ago. I do read your comments. I can't respond to them all, but I genuinely do read them all, and I also do listen to your suggestions for readings. You know, spirit animal guides was a request, actually. I just was very strongly called to do it for 2024, particularly. But there was a comment the other day about someone who had clearly opened up in terms of her spiritual sight and received a very, what ultimately was, I mean, we could call it a judgmental response. Ultimately, it was someone, I think we could see it as a fear-based response, because I guess their spiritual sight wasn't opened. And so somebody who had the capacity to see, to hear, to listen, to observe, to notice, and really receive messages was a little bit of a freak out for somebody who was nowhere, who just wasn't in that zone or didn't have that awareness. And I think it was a fear-based response. So it's like learning to keep your counsel, knowing who to share with and who not to share with. And yet from the deepest part within you, having the courage of your convictions, knowing that your pathway is true, knowing that what you see is absolutely solid and real, and developing your ability within your own absolute unique soul evolution to really understand what you're seeing. It's one thing to see things, it's another thing entirely to interpret what we're shown accurately, because our ego gets in the way, our ego mind, our fears, our sort of emotional body, which can be still tied up in perhaps, you know, where we've come from, the inner child, stuff of our history. You know, in a way, this feels a bit like a therapeutic journey almost, but at a level of soul evolution, spiritual awareness. You know, in a therapeutic journey, as a therapist formerly, I sort of feel people would arrive in often with a state of emergency or sort of crisis, because that's what kind of gets you into something like that. I mean, sometimes people come just for self-awareness and their own self-development, but more often than not, we end up in some sort of therapeutic situation because something isn't right. And I used to find that when we had got through the initial bit, excuse me, that we were needing to deal with, as it were, and assist with, people would either then depart and go on, and why not, that's fabulous, into their world. But some people would really, it would like trigger this different layer of growth, which actually is soul growth, really. And it wasn't just about sort of crisis management and then actually being able to move on with their lives better. It was like, wow, this is amazing to be able to talk in this way, to have this level of insight, of conversation, of a space of awareness, and really recognized how that really rocketed their growth and rippled out into their world in every way. And for me, this is what I'm seeing here, this sort of real extraordinary level of that kind of growth, but profoundly connected to your spiritual awareness, your sight, your capacity to integrate what you see into real interpretations that are relevant, hold that higher vision, really, really relevant. And I have no doubt that this is potentially attached to your calling or some aspect of your calling. Let us now move on to other cards. May we ask for clarifying cards, please, around why these particular animal spirit guides are walking with pile number 1 in the year of 2024. So first of all, links, mystery. Your first card is step into the spotlight. You have a message that the world needs to hear. It's time to share your wisdom. Now this is interesting. I have a very strong message coming through. Back to keep your counsel. Okay. This is telling me that as you step into the spotlight, you have a message. So you're going to have a voice. You are going to find some element of your calling, I think, which is about visibility, sharing your wisdom. I also think there's something about, choosing how you bring it into the world. I mean, for example, it's like thinking about where you take that forwards. You know, how do you reach your audience? Now, it may just be that you're going to be actually guided by the eagle energy. But if you, for example, if you have a message, I'm trying to formulate the message that is coming through here with clarity, and I'm failing dismally, so I apologise. Let me sort of get my language together. It's quite interesting. I'm thinking about this, how to say what you need to say. That's because I'm struggling to say what I need to say. So how to say what you need to say. Get clear about your message before you say it. Don't rush into this, is one message that's coming through to you. You know, work out what it is you need to say, get eloquent. And if, for example, you wanted to place that into a book, this is just a hypothetical example, then don't tell everybody about the book until you've written it. You know, keep your counsel, think about, choose who you wish to walk with you. Have the courage to say no if the energy isn't right for them to be sharing your story, so to speak. You're definitely going to be bringing something forth here. Maybe ask for an initial card around cat, please. Trust your angels. Let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. Okay, so you will be for a little while working on your project or bringing your voice to light. I think you'll be working in quite a singular way for a while. There'll be a period of time where you keep your counsel. You won't be sharing with all and sundry. You'll be working quite independently. But this is with purpose, and because you are being guided and because your sight is being opened. I think if you talk to too many people as well, it will sort of dissipate the energy. It will dissipate the channel that wishes to speak through you. I feel your angels, your guides wish to speak through you in some way, shape or form. Potentially with this higher vision card. Let's draw a card for Eagle. May we have a card for Eagle, please? Your loved ones are safe. Let go of fear and worry for your loved ones. I am looking after them. So this is a message from Archangel Michael. Okay. Because I think you are, it's not exactly retreating, but because you are working in quite a singular way, I think it may raise emotions at a very human level that make you sort of feel as if, raise some worries about your family, your loved ones, whether you're still being there for them. You are. You'll find a way actually of just, you can find a way, you'll be guided to find a way to sort of let them know that you're on a really important journey. And you're needing to, retreat, meditate, do some sort of some work. They don't need to know everything. Most people will be very respectful if you say, this is a very sort of seem to be on a bit of a private journey, and I'm not excluding you, but I just feel I need some privacy around this sort of period of what feels like accelerated growth for me, and you'll be supported. Everything is actually okay. You've got such reassurance. So I am thinking that there may be times when you're drawn into those sort of human feelings because of how do I fit? I said right at the beginning, this will slightly set you apart. And that immediately raises sort of emotions around our loved ones, and you'll need to rise above this. Because you are being given the gift of sight. I literally think you're going to become a seer. And learning how to then integrate that, to interpret that accurately, you need to have a really clear perspective that's quite pure in essence. It doesn't exclude your normal life. But it's a bit like when we retreat in a conscious manner, like going on a retreat. I'm not suggesting that you're going to go on a retreat or a year's sabbatical or something, but there is something about retreating into yourself on a regular basis to really open yourself to channel what I think what your guides and your angels wish to bring through you, to speak through you actually. And so while that's happening, I think there's going to be a purity within you, and you will need to sort of place some boundaries around you. Because you will step into the spotlight at some point and be seen. May we have a card for Panther energy as well, please? Panther energy, get your power back. You have forgotten who you are. You are a child of the divine, so take back your power. Now this is interesting. What I'm going to say to you is you may find in your world, and this may actually be happening already, you may actually find that some things are happening in your world that feel as though you're already doing a bit of a deep dive, that leave you feeling powerless. Interestingly enough, the soul growth within these circumstances is actually here to assist you in finding your power, finding your empowerment, in heightening your sight, opening your sight. Sometimes it can be a challenging circumstance that actually, or a deep dive that opens up a whole other spiritual dimension to us. Take back your power, have the courage of your convictions. Part of the growth for you, the soul growth, is the element of what it means to rise and be seen and have your voice, because that is going to be happening, and also dealing with I can't say a backlash, but I'll voice it because I've noticed it in my own world at different times in my life. And indeed, I did actually retreat at one point in my life, a long time ago. But I lost 7 people in 1 year, and I felt as though there was no solid ground beneath me. And I literally did retreat. I continued working with just a handful of people, my longer term people, and I let go of all my short term work in my therapeutic practice, and I just worked with my longer term people because I had a really strong bond with them, and I was really committed to that work. And that felt completely manageable and ethically manageable. But I let go of all the rest, and I took myself off literally and lived by the sea for nearly 2 years. I needed to be by water, I think. And obviously I still saw my family and my friends. I didn't exclude myself from all of life. But I wrote, it's where I wrote my first book, actually. I took myself off and I started to write. In fact, I think it was my second book, actually. I take that back. It was Mindfulness Meets Emotional Awareness, which was all about managing emotions, strong emotions. And, what I noticed was that simultaneously, it was really curious, as I sort of rose into this purpose of the time, the calling at that time, I definitely found that there was a kind of I wouldn't say a backlash, but people who would have liked me to stay as I was, who were happy with me giving to them. And actually I took myself off and I did my own thing, and it was absolutely right for me. And I didn't let go of anyone deliberately in any way, shape or form. I actually did, it's curious, I did end up actually letting go of some people. I got very discerning, not in family ways, but in my friendship groups. There was a group of people there was a massive backlash from them. They were really comfortable with me being there, and I was a great overgiver in those days, and they were very happy with me overgiving to them, and I actually needed to replenish myself. And it was really interesting at a time when really a huge amount of stuff had gone on in my world. They didn't come back in support of me, they came back wanting more. It was almost like because I was depleted and I could no longer give to them at the level I was giving, they came back and started to be significantly unkind, actually. I was quite targeted for a while. And it was fascinating to me to see this. Again, the higher vision. Now, of course, emotionally, it really, really hurt. Because you think, actually, I've given a lot to you, and, actually now I need something and you're not there for me. In fact, quite the opposite. But it was a really important lesson for me. I learned about overgiving, I learned about self-care. And I also had to learn to manage my emotions, to overcome the hurt and kind of consolidate. It's like walking into the shadows. Panther is about walking into the shadows and facing all those fears as well of not getting it right for other people. So, this is just a bit of my own personal journey that I'm sharing now. This will, your journey will be yours and it will be unique to you. But part of it was acquiring power, my own empowerment. Empowerment is power over yourself, not power over others. And I had given away my power massively to people in my desire to give and to please and all those kinds of things. So it was a phenomenal mixed bag of learning. And my own mentor, actually, who has been with me for a long, long time now, but came into my life at that time, actually said to me, Jenny, light attracts dark. And, these are people, she really helped me to understand, not to sink into the emotions of hurt, and just to understand that these were people who were longing for more, but didn't have the life skills to acquire it for themselves, and therefore sought people who could give to them. Anyway, I won't delve into that anymore, but there was so much learning in that time, so much learning in that time. And I feel that this is the sort of level, I'm not suggesting you're going to go out and have loads of bereavements. In fact, I sincerely hope you don't. But there will be stuff happening around you, and spiritual growth and awareness that is phenomenal for you, which is why you have these animal guides. Now, I am going to draw, before we conclude your reading, I'm going to draw a rune card for each of these cards. So for Lynx, Mystery, you have Gibo. This is the rune of partnership. In this instance, I think this is your partnership with spirit. Partnership with your guides, with your angels, with your power animal. This is partnership with the universe, with the natural world. This is you rising into your fullest. Grace is coming to mind with the swan. Rising to your most majestic. Swans here in the UK are protected by the crown. You know, there's like a royal order of protection on them, and which I think is probably hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old. But I think it's interesting. Yeah, you're rising into your own kind of majesty, actually, but in a really natural and pure way. Let us look at pile 2, card 2, your second card. We have the rune of joy. Independence, trust your angels. You are so going to rise into not just your own power. I'm seeing the P as a P for power, but Wunjo, the rune of joy. You are going to, oh my goodness me, you are going to, oh, your world is going to open. I think you are going to elevate, your energy is going to elevate to this point where you just experience almost a personal elation at what you're shown. It's going to expand you beyond your wildest dreams in terms of what you see, what you know, and your pure experience of what it means to be alive, to be a human being. A soul having a human journey, but a soul having a human journey who is fully in touch with your angels, your guides and spirit. It's as if that angelic connection is going to really elevate your vibration. You will feel that level of joy that we really can experience when we are touched by angels. May we please have a rune card. Here we have, seeing this one actually for eagle and this one for panther. Let's just put it that way up first. So eagle, we have Awaz, the rune of movement. This is the bettering of any situation. It's the gathering of momentum. This is a reassurance. You know, whatever you are experiencing with your loved ones, in response, indeed anything that comes through in your human world that could draw you away from your calling, you're really reassured here. It will move forwards and it will be addressed. It will get better, literally. So please have no concerns. This is a real affirmation in this rune. And lastly, panther. We have, oh wow, we have the rune of initiation, Perth. This is a rite of passage. Yes, so whatever happens, that means that you are making adjustments in your life, because you can't not make adjustments if you enter into this level of increased empowerment and soul growth. It's impossible. It would be impossible, just not to be seeing real significant adjustments in your everyday world, pile 1. So what you'll find is this is a rite of passage. It's transformation. You are going to be so empowered through this process. I think next year is phenomenal for you. Your calling, being seen. So however this emerges in your world, beautiful souls. I mean, do touch base with if you follow my readings, thank you. It's an absolute joy to read for you. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to get notifications when I upload videos, or indeed check out the Moon Magic homepage, because I will be obviously through the year doing lots of readings, and so we'll touch base perhaps on another power animal or spirit animal guide reading as we navigate through the year at different times. Be good just to touch base and see where you are, connect to your calling, that kind of thing, and never be don't hesitate to ask at any time. If you follow my weekly readings, every Sunday I do a reading where we ask spirit for immediate guidance. What do you need to know now, and we kind of look at getting the heads up for the week ahead. If you in the comments feel that there's something really going on and you've got a question really for a reading, it may well be that other people have similar things happening and similar questions, so do put it in the comments, because I do always write down every suggestion. And then when I'm preparing for my readings, I get that list out and really tune in with what I feel I'm called to do in any given moment. So do put forward your requests for readings, beautiful souls. And, you know, as and when it feels right, I will do them. Wow, pile one. I think it's going to be an extraordinary year for you. I really, really do. I will be doing other readings about 2024 as well coming up too. So keep an eye out for those too. Pile one. Tons and tons of love. I don't know what else to say. Absolutely, it's a privilege and an honour to read for you. Thank you so much, all of you actually, for liking, sharing, subscribing if you do, commenting, and also to all of you who give back through the super thanks. Thank you also all of you who check out my books and purchase my books. All of these things help me to keep putting free stuff into the world. So, you know, it's a blessing to be connected with you all, and I am truly humbled and grateful for your support in every possible way. Beautiful souls, I really look forward to seeing you for another reading really soon. Tons of love. Hey pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have cat spirit. Claim your independence. It's very interesting. One of the other cards in pile 1 that came out was a cat. So if you have been drawn to pile 1 as well, there may well be a message in that reading for you too. You might want to check it out. Now, cat spirit, claim your independence. Let's just sit and see what messages are coming through for you. There's quite a centeredness around this particular cat, actually. Very calm, very still for a cat. Knowing when to move, that's what's coming through. Several things are now coming through for you. Knowing when to move. Cats know when to pounce. They kind of know when to wait. They know when to pounce. And cats have 9 lives. 9 lives. I am wondering if I'm really hearing that 9 is significant as a number. Now that could be that the month of September is, or the 9th of a month is important to you. I feel like it's more to do with 9. Could be 9 blessings coming through your world, or 9 steps to something. How interesting. Let's draw your other spirit animal guides. I'm seeing this one and this one. And also, it's actually that one there I'm seeing. Okay, so let's see what else you have here. What other guides are coming through for you? You have wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. Okay. You have deer spirit, bring a gentle touch. And you have skunk spirit, know your worth. How interesting. Okay. I feel like you are in a recovery place. This is what this is telling me. Yes, 9 lives, of course. And I'm thinking of things like the I think it's actually a 10-step program, but nevertheless, I feel like there are 9 steps to something to move you forwards. This is what's coming through. So life has already stung you, actually. That's what I'm saying. It's not suggesting in any way that you will be stung in 2024. Life has already stung you. This cat is looking back, as is the deer. They're all actually, and this is present. The wasp is right immediate now. And all of them are looking back. The skunk spirit, the deer spirit, the cat spirit. Life has stung you. Something stung you, and it's been really, it's been a deep sting. Now this energy, these spirit animal guides are walking with you in 2024 to move you away and to help you to process that experience. I think you lost a lot of self-worth from it. Skunk spirit. Yeah, I feel that your self-esteem, your self-worth got dented. And this is about you it's almost like bringing yourself back together. This is an interesting reading. Very, very interesting. Bring a gentle touch. Dear Spirit says, don't push yourself to recover too quickly. Oh, my apologies. How interesting. That just, isn't that fascinating that actually made me jump. My phone going off like that, and I had actually switched it off, which is really interesting, and forgotten that that's actually an alarm going on. Right, alarm. Yeah, alarm bells. How fascinating that that's just shown up. It's interesting. It made me jump. I feel like you're still on high alert, and these spirit animals are walking with you to help you to it's like to get back on your feet again after a sting of some sort. And it was something I feel that, yeah, your alert system is rather on high alert, I think. Maybe you didn't, for some of you, you didn't see it coming, I think, either. I actually need to draw a significant number of cards for you, I feel, actually here. So let's draw clarifying cards first of all for Cat Spirit. I'm going to use an Archangel Michael Sword of Light pack. Okay, lovely. You're ready for more. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make the changes you have been contemplating. Look at that blossom. Okay. Step into the spotlight. This came out in pile 1, 2. Okay, and we have third card. I just feel we need three cards for you, for certainly for your first card here. Right, you're ready for more. Step into the spotlight. You have a message that the world needs to hear. It's time to share your wisdom. And don't panic. Stay the course. Don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. You're just having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and keep going. That is such a strong affirmation. Claiming your independence, getting back on your feet. I mean, this was tough. But yeah, do you know, this is one of those scenarios where something that happened that was really, I'm just going to use the word unpleasant, and forgive me, because I think for some of you it will be probably considerably more than unpleasant, because a sting can range from being irritating and unpleasant to really major, can't it? You know, big reaction. And I certainly had a reaction to that alarm when it went off a moment ago on my phone. So I think it's going to be varied for you each. Of course, you're all unique individual people. But whatever took place, something within that scenario it's become a turning point for you. Something within that situation that stung has given you, interestingly enough, it's opening a different pathway for you that you wouldn't have taken otherwise. You would have stayed on a different course, or you would have been on your life was on a different trajectory. I think that's how you say it, trajectory. Your life was on a different trajectory, a different course, a different pathway. It's almost like, it's really interesting, what I'm actually seeing is almost like a comet or a star, and it colliding with another star, and it changes its pathway. That's what I'm sort of seeing. And your pathway needed to change because there's a purpose to this. So stay on course. You are actually going to rise. 2024 is going to be a year when you actually start to really blossom and flourish. I think this could also be to do with your career, because we have this career is particular emphasis on career. I think it's almost certainly your working environment, your working world, that something may have gone wrong, and But you are now, because of what went wrong, on a different pathway, and it's right for you. The new pathway is the right pathway for you. And you would not have been moving in this direction. Even though it's given you, the way it arrived has given you a bumpy start. And it's not easy, is it, if something stings? I mean, it just isn't. It's as simple as that. But you are ready for more. I think you know you're ready for more. I think this is definitely, it's happened. And you're very aware of the impact of it. Let's put these over here. And let's just see what we're shown for this card, this wasp spirit. Wasps are pretty tenacious, you know. Recognize the signs from above. This is exactly what I was telling you just now. I think this, you couldn't write it, could you? As the saying goes. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert. That's what the alert was. Aha. I was thinking, gosh, I was on high alert and it made me jump and I wasn't expecting it. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. Okay. Right. Oh, I love the way messages are just brought to us in such an amazing way. Spirit and indeed your angels they speak to you, and they are speaking to you. I think you're still slightly dwelling in what stung. And fair enough, because it was challenging. Can you see here, look, 4, 4, 4. Okay, 9 lives, numbers, of course, that's why the 9 lives. And I said 9 steps. And then I said, of course, if you're in recovery, there's a 10-step program. It wasn't the number 9 necessarily, or the number 10, or the number 4. You're going to be shown, look for signs in numbers. Very specifically, if numbers keep showing up for you, they are indicating something. You may even want to go and learn more about numerology, or discover the meanings of numbers, you know, for yourselves. Go and do some more in-depth discovery about that. I will probably actually do some readings around numbers actually at some point, so if you want to get notification, if you're new to my channel, do subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to get notification whenever I post readings. I do one every Sunday for immediate guidance, and we look at the week ahead, and then I do lots of other pick a card readings. I will definitely at some point, when it feels right, do one on numbers. And also please make your suggestions in the comments, because I do write them down. It's like I have a list, and then when I'm preparing to do a pick a card reading, I sort of meditate, I pick up the list and see what I'm called to do. What happened has shifted. It's like it's like one star hit another star, or a meteor hit another meteor. It's sending you off in a different direction. Stay the course, because the direction it's taking you on, or if you're on the same pathway, it opens something up for you that you could see differently, so you could approach it from a different direction. Recognize that signs are being shown to you. This whole scenario, even if it's stung, this whole scenario has come with real higher purpose. So don't be too dwelling in the challenge of it. Be gentle with yourself. Because if you're too distracted to notice, you won't be alert to unexpected things that are going to be shown to you. Signs, synchronicities, like my alarm going off. I so didn't expect that on my phone. I was sure I'd switched it off. Positive I'd switched it off. Yeah, numbers, feathers, finding a lucky coin, butterflies, transformation, a dove of peace. Yeah, you are going to be guided. This is really reinforcing that this happened, which was exactly what I was being shown or hearing for you. Let's draw another card, please, for Dear Spirit. I think this is going to help us to know how you move forwards, really. But let's ask, may we have information or clarification for Dear Spirit? Embrace your life purpose. Here we are, and look at the cat here. And the butterfly. How interesting. There are some significant, interesting, possible connections with pile 1. So if you were drawn to pile 1, I really genuinely would suggest that you check it out, given that we have another cat showing up here too. We have butterflies showing up again. But look at this cat. This is a kitten. Now this is a grown-up cat. with wings. You're going to find your wings. You're going to earn your wings in 2024. I am guiding you towards your divine life purpose. Whatever makes your heart joyful is what you're meant to be doing. So get out of any lower vibrational energy that's connected to what stung you, because actually it did come to send your life in a different trajectory. You are being called to step up. Your career can now blossom. You can literally emerge. You know, we have here, look at this, beautiful blossoming, but we're seeing you emerge, we're seeing you rise. Archangel Michael showing you the way. Signs being gifted to you. Look at this spotlight coming down. I think this is so interesting that you have a spotlight here coming down and a spotlight here. You have something really valuable to bring forth, actually. And whatever pathway you're on, whatever this is for you, you wouldn't have done it otherwise. Now, know your worth. May we please have information for our last card of skunk, please. I do think this is it. Yes. Oh, look at this. Don't give up on love. Okay. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. Know your worth. Okay. What I'm hearing in this card is, if the sting was connected to a relationship that left you feeling really worthless, a healing can occur. And this is about love thriving again. It doesn't necessarily mean you go back to the same relationship. On the contrary, it may be completely appropriate for you to just move away. They're all looking backwards here. And yet Archangel Michael is pointing forwards. She is the dove. Isn't this interesting that on your row here of cards, they look back. Wasp is telling us that you're still feeling the sting. And yet in all of these cards, okay, she's hugging the blossom here. I think it's like a dahlia. But the point is they're all facing forwards. And if you were stung in love, or you've had a loss of some sort, this is a year when that can open up. You can re-find love again. You can re-find your self-value, your self-worth. But you're going to find it, it's very interesting. I think if love comes into your world, if you were hurt by love, if it comes into your world, it will come because you're rising, you're moving away from any past hurts, and you're really investing in yourself. You're being guided to follow some form of career pathway that is going to allow you to blossom and flourish. And the healing is within you. It's your self-worth, your self-value. If a working alliance went wrong, or a job went wrong, or you were let down and you've moved on and wondered if you'd ever pick up again, well, you will, and you are. And 2024 is moving this forwards in a really big way. You know, you find the right connections here. This is a beautiful card. There's a purity coming through here. You're definitely, both healing is a word really I think is coming through here for you. You're healing from something. You're recovering. Be gentle with yourself. And, you know, take it step by step. You'll be shown the signs literally every step of the way. Part of this is about rebuilding your self-worth and your self-value. So then, you know, when you come into the spotlight, you're not fearful of being seen. Let's draw a rune for each of these as well. A rune card. So, look at this. Okay. And look at this. You have another cat. How extraordinary. Another cat. Now, just blown away really by your reading. Aries, the rune of wholeness. Sorry, actually, this is not the rune of wholeness. Do you know, I was looking, this is so fascinating. I was looking at this as if it was Sewello, the rune of wholeness, which is a very similar shape, but slightly different. This slightly different, yes, different. What am I wanting to say? Because now I feel like there's something in this, really. So I saw this as wholeness, the path you must follow. And yet it is actually the rune of defense. We have a cat, Aries. The rune of defense advises patience. And it tells you that if you are patient and steady, you will almost avert difficulties before they even arise. So it means that if you basically, you don't trip up at any stage of the way. You know, there aren't going to be the pitfalls. This will flow. Just be patient and take it step by step, back to those 10 steps or 9 steps. How interesting that I saw it as Sewello, the rune of wholeness. Now we have a card for wasp spirit. You have Gibo partnership. Okay, now this is indicating potentially that many of you have been hurt through a connection to somebody. But now is time for you to rise again, like a magnificent swan. Swans are so powerful, so powerful. Indeed, I'm really hearing grace, good grace, forgiveness, swan through this. We swan through life with grace. If you can observe your situation with forgiveness and grace, it will ease your passage through this. It really, really will. And indeed, you're going to rise much more quickly. Seeing this for the deer energy. Othilla, the rune of separation. This is also a rune of inheritance, of gain. And this is an affirmation here. The inheritance, the gain is your calling, your life purpose. You would not be doing this if you had remained as you were. This is coming through in your reading so clearly. And so this sting that happened, the letdown, the hurt of a relationship, of a partnership, a connection with someone, you've had to let it go. And because you're moving on. The hermit crab is telling us you're moving on. Indeed, these are kind of like totem animals, spirit animals for you as well. May we please? Yeah, the gift, the gain, the inheritance is the fact that you have a new opportunity here, a different trajectory. And lastly, we have Nathis, the rune of constraint. Know your worth. Now, skunk spirit, know your worth. Skunks can attract or repel. You know, their scent can repel significantly, but it's also very attractive to other skunks, I dare say. Nathis, the rune of constraint, suggests that it's kind of like, it says, you know, when fishermen can't go to sea, they mend their nets. This is saying to you, take your time. If any obstacles appear in your way, and I feel you're going to swan through this really, really easily, but if an obstacle appears in your way, it's not because you're being restricted or held back. It will be a sign. It will be showing you that you need to attend to something. It's like layer by layer, your self-esteem is being repaired. Layer by layer, there is healing. And you're going to be shown signs every step of the way. Every step of the way. So cross the T's, dot the I's, have patience. If there appears to be an obstacle, it's not really an obstacle. It's actually giving you something. It will be a sign. It will be keeping you on track so you stay the course. Because I do think what I'm seeing here is there could be a fear within you that you might get stung again. Don't give up on love. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Now, the healing doesn't necessarily mean it's getting back together if somebody really stung you sufficiently that you needed to separate completely, but it can be healed from within you. You can let go of any emotional residue that's connected to it. I'm seeing a really interesting year for you. It feels as though this is like a recovery, a healing, a stepping up, but it's setting you on a course that you are actually meant to be on. You're going to be guided, you're going to be shown signs. You would not be on this pathway of your life purpose without what happened. But be gentle with yourself. Recovery, proper real healing and recovery takes time. It's like a bereavement, isn't it? It comes in waves. And so, you know, and each wave we understand more of ourselves, and we, indeed, if we've lost someone, we reconnect with them. Actually, in some way, shape or form, we reconnect with them even if they're on the other side. We build our relationship with someone who passes, if they were very close to us, does not cease. We build and continue that relationship after they have crossed to the other side. It's just that it's different because they're not here in earthly form. And yeah, I'm seeing you significantly move forwards here. Recover. If, of course, you lost someone that you didn't have a very good relationship with, we can, of course, permanently sever ties. But it's all to do with relationship and connection. I mean, you'll know how these messages are resonating with you individually. I feel I want to draw one more card for you just to sort of have almost like a final connection to 2024 in terms of your spirit animal guides. Actually, curiously enough, I'm being drawn to take out not the Archangel Michael pack as I was about to, but another spirit animal. How interesting. May we please be shown what this last spirit animal guide, this last totem animal is. It's this card here. Moth spirit. Yes, surrender. Surrender to the divine. You are going to emerge. You're going to be seen. Look at this card, how the shape, even the shape of this moth is like this angel here. Yes, I want to say surrender to the bigger plan here. Surrender to the bigger plan. I know that's not easy if you've been stung, but truly surrender to the bigger plan. There's a real higher purpose going on in your life at the moment, and your spirit animal guides are here to support you in every possible way, to refine, to reconsolidate. This is reminding me, with the cats coming up, showing up here, and the kitten, in shamanic sort of ways. We talk about, it's quite interesting because it aligns with psychotherapy, but if somebody gets stung very badly, we talk about soul loss. It's as if a little piece of the soul fragments and disappears. It's like the hurt, the sting pierces the soul, and those pieces need to come back together. And I feel that is what's happening for you. It's like a coming back together. And you're coming back together in a way that is quite magical because it's really building your self-worth and your self-esteem. And that in turn then affects future relationships. Yeah, there's been a bigger plan here. Not always easy to connect to when stuff is going on, but it's time for you now to step up and emerge, and you'll be guided every step of the way. You may even move house, some of you. You may move and relocate to a different area. Absolutely. And take it easy. Be gentle on yourself. But yeah, you're rising. You are rising. You are going to emerge. My beautiful, beautiful souls. Yes. I've just realised I've gone off on a slight track. But just going back to soul loss for one moment. I know I said a part of the soul fragments and it needs to come back together. Just to correlate that, really, psychotherapy. In psychotherapy, we talk about people fragmenting. We talk about people when we break down. I mean, it's everyday language, isn't it? When we sort of feel like we've broken down. Well, we do break down. It's like, you know, if you're stung, if you're hurt, it feels like we get broken. And it's all the same kind of language. And I feel that's almost like a little piece of your soul got pierced, and for some of you, you know, quite a lot of fragmentation, maybe even, but it's all coming back together. This is what we're seeing. I didn't know these readings would turn out to be so relevant in such a powerful way to the overall year of 2024, but the messages are coming through thick and fast, so I'm really going to tune into them. Well, I'll voice them as they come through. I will be doing readings about the overall year of 2024, so do check those out if you are subscribed. If you're not getting anything through in your stream, just go to the homepage, the Moon Magic homepage, and click on the videos, and you'll see what I upload. I upload several every week, so just keep a lookout for those, because I don't know about you, but I don't always get things in my stream. I get lots of stuff, and some of it is relevant and some of it isn't. Pile 2, this is your reading. It's a year of recovery. It's a year of finding your way, emerging, and potentially finding love again as well, for those of you for whom this is relevant. Gosh, yes, even if that love is to do with love and trust in people after, you know, like a business relationship was damaged, it's refinding trust, refinding love, but be gentle with yourself as this emerges, and you will be guided every step of the way. Pile 2, this is your reading. Thank you so much, all of you who are part of this community. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for all of you who comment as well, and thank you for those of you that give back through the super thanks in the comments, and thank you all of you who also purchase any of my books, my diaries, my journal, my other books that I've written to assist with emotional challenges and things. You know, thank you all of you for just your support in every possible way. It's a real honour and a privilege to read for you. It really is. Super Souls, I look forward to seeing you again in another reading really, really soon. Tons of love. Hey, pile 3, you have the card of Penguin, Authentic. Now this card says, reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family give you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. There's a lot of warmth coming off your reading. There really, really is. Now let's draw other spirit animal guides for 2024 and see what we are shown. So I'm seeing 2 here, and actually that is the 3rd. Okay, let's see what we have. You have Wolf, Pathfinder. Release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. How beautiful. And by the look of things, you have a tribe or a family that are 1000% walking with you. How interesting, these totem animals for you. Then we have Moose, Wisdom. Let your head and mind reach to the stars. You keep your feet grounded on the earth. Yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. Oh wow, and then you have Eagle, Mastery. Goodness me, I think you're going to have a seriously powerful year. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. These are hugely powerful stepping up cards. Be your authentic self. Just be you. Persevere. There's a lot of leaving the past behind here and stepping into your fullest potential. This really looks like a year when things are rocketing for you, actually. However, it's rocketing for you, but in a really grounded way. Yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. You're a teacher, a pathfinder. I think, my beautiful pile 3, do you know, I didn't know this was going to happen in these readings, and I love that I didn't know that this was going to happen in these readings. Obviously, I was asking about your spirit animal guides walking with you and why, but it's telling us, these readings are saying so much about what your year is going to be like, what's unfolding in your year in terms of your own personal growth and evolution. And I guess I hadn't quite expected that. I mean, I love it. I think when anything unexpected happens in readings, you just know it's a clear message, because, you know, as readers, we haven't brought any influence to that in any way. I mean, we try to be completely an empty channel and not bring any influence to the best of our ability. But when something like that happens, you just know this is really clear. Spirit is really wanting to speak today through me to you. I feel like you might actually, I feel you might actually in some ways break away from certain people, but also kind of have an anchor point, almost like finding your tribe. This is what I feel. Break free from others' expectations. You're full of surprises. Love your uniqueness. The ancestors speak through you. Let's draw a card for each of these spirit animals to ask more about the why. You know, why are these animals walking with you for 2024? Fascinatingly, I really do feel for you there's this extraordinary connection where you're both grounded, earthed, anchored, like solidly, I don't know if productive is the right word really, like stepping into a space of leadership where you lead others, you teach others, whether it's through example or it's actually physically getting up and teaching people, leading people within your own community, within your own families, within your own friendship groups. And I'm feeling like there's going to be a degree of kind of, discernment is not quite the right word, but of you finding the right people to stand by you. Because I'm not seeing an anchor point of you being sort of anchored in a solitary way. You know, sometimes a reading will show that there's quite a solitary journey, and our spiritual pathways are inevitably very unique. But I feel that alongside your uniqueness, you're really supported in a very earthy, grounded, family, find your tribe kind of way. There's a lot of letting go of the past with a new journey. So I'm seeing a real new chapter for you. And of you excelling, actually. I sort of feel like excelling over and above your normal expectations. It's not even others' expectations. Sometimes our expectations of ourselves, of course, are based on the expectations of the people we've grown up with. People think that they kind of see us in a particular way, and we almost fit into that mold. And I'm not necessarily seeing you break out of a mold, more as if it's more like you're shaping your own. And there's a very big difference. You know, sometimes we do need to break out of a mold, but when we do, we don't necessarily know what shape we're going to be next. I feel like you are literally reforming, almost like shape-shifting your own energy, your own pathway. It's like you're seeing beyond limitations that previously were in the way. Let's draw cards. So may we please ask, first of all, Spirit, may we very kindly ask for information about the penguin energy here. Why is the penguin energy authentic? Reaching out to your tribe. Why is this present in pile 3's reading? We're getting a lot of cards for you. Let's look at them. So, let it go. This situation no longer serves you. So these are Archangel Michael Sword of Light cards. So this card says let go. This is Archangel Michael saying, allow me to sever your energetic connections to the past so you can embrace the future. So we've actually definitely got this element of letting go of the past, moving beyond something that you either were tied to or you felt you should be, perhaps as well. We then have all in perfect timing, or all is in perfect timing. This is it. It's time to take action now. I will be here to help you in every step of the way. Look at these stepping stones to these open doors. You're ready for more. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make the changes you've been contemplating and stay the course. Some of these cards have come out in... gosh, I'm trying to remember which one it was. Pile 2, I think these maybe came out in. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, if you've been drawn to any of the other piles, although they're very different, you know, there may be some connections there for you. The emphasis in your reading, pile 3, is about letting go of the past in order to move forwards. Like literally moulding your own pathway. And the past is also, I'm feeling like this is what you felt that you had to be, what people expected you to be. Creating your own direction through shape-shifting your own path. Stay on course, don't panic. You're not on the wrong path, you're just having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and keep going. So, reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. I think what we're seeing here with your first totem animal, your first spirit animal guide of 2024, Penguin, is an energy that is completely and utterly supporting you in moving into the best version of you, the bigger, the better version of you, the more authentic version of you, not holding back anymore. And you're ready for this. But there's definitely a severing of something to do with expectations, the way people have seen you, or the way you've seen yourself in some way, shape or form. Wolf, Pathfinder. Now this is interesting. Release your past and start a new journey. You're a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges. Perseverance is your secret power. And we have a card here that's all about perseverance. Stay on course. I'm going to move these over and draw more cards for the Wolf Pathfinder. May you please have more information for the Wolf Pathfinder card. Okay. It's time to play, but we have this dog and embrace your life purpose. This card has come out before too. I'm stunned at the way, I think from an evolutionary perspective, obviously we're all going through this massive period of accelerated evolutionary growth. And I am just seeing these readings showing how 2024 is such a year of possibility. And there are some very, very key astrological moments when they are there's a really auspicious, amazingly positive energy coming through. There's a dynamic in April time, I think it is, where it pinpoints around April time, where Uranus and Jupiter come together, and you know it's like the possibilities are mind-blowing. It's so positive, it's untrue. You know, real out of the box, high-minded solutions, the energy to expand, and the power of it is the equivalent of for those of you, my apologies if you're not into astrology, but astrologically, I grew up with an astrologist. My younger sister is an astrologist. She's amazing. So it's kind of like a bit of a second language to me. I'm not an astrologer, but I know a bit about it, and I follow the moon a lot, as you will know if you follow me. But when we went into lockdown, there was a massive powerful collaboration of two major planets. We had Pluto and Saturn coming together, and you know, astrologers have known forever that that was going to be huge, and that humanity would be brought to a sort of like a standstill somehow. Globally, there would be an impact. The equivalent of that level of power is happening again with Uranus and Jupiter, but it's a really auspicious, amazingly positive connection. So, you know, just kind of watch out for that. I'll keep you posted anyway. If you want to, you know, have regular updates on what's happening. I don't do big astrology updates, but I do moon updates every moon month. I give an update, and I will bring in all of this kind of stuff in my overview every single moon month. So yes, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, everything I post as I do so should come into your stream. But we seriously have some major opportunities next year. And I'm seeing you, pile 3, being massively influenced. With the dog, I think that you are actually here going to find the right people to align with, people who are loyal to you and you are loyal to them. There will be some cutting of cords. It could be to attitudes and expectations as much as anything. I'm definitely seeing a letting go of the past and bringing your life into balance. You know, you're working too hard and worrying about everything. Seek out joyous experiences to bring balance into your life. I'm guiding you towards your divine life purpose. You're a teacher. You help others find their way. Persevere here, perseverance. This is very interesting because you're being given the energy of perseverance, and yet simultaneously, it's not just the energy of perseverance. As it were, you're being asked to sort of keep your life in balance. Perseverance doesn't mean it's a slog. It doesn't mean it's like every day is hard work. I must keep going. I must keep going. It's actually enjoy this. Take time out, play. You'll be invigorated. This is about you getting your work-life balance in play and getting your energy right. And then you can really reach for the stars and yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. From a manifestation perspective, like making things real, pile 3, I think we're being shown that 2024 is a phenomenal year for you in terms of manifestation. Manifestation is like having dreams and being able to do what we need to do to make them real, to materialize the stuff that we desire. And I actually do think you're going to have the penguin energy to guide you, to find the right people to support you, to be with, and also to let go of any kind of previous expectations that you have held about yourself, but also severing the past in terms of any limitations. So we've got penguin energy really supporting you. We've got wolf pathfinder helping you to find your purpose, your divine calling, but also recognition that, you know, you can persevere, but teaching you to persevere in a way that allows you to relax. If you think about it, what do wolves, and indeed the dog nation, what do? You know, they are a tribe, they're a pack. And they're not out hunting all day long. They're out hunting some of the time. And when they hunt, they are really focused, their energy is targeted. And then they come back and they eat and then they chill. I mean, dogs totally chill loads of the time. Even, you know, house dogs, not just wild wolves, but, you know, for a house dog, going for a walk is like the equivalent of the hunt. They come in, hopefully they eat, and then, but then they chill. They sleep, they play, they chill. They're unbelievably relaxed, and dogs are unbelievably in the moment. It's like literally they'll just chill out, and then it's like, oh, there's a ball, you know, they're off. So it's kind of like, but it's chill out time. So I feel like you're going to learn and be guided by the wolf energy here as a spirit totem animal guide to know how to persevere in a way that gives you the endurance to achieve your life purpose, but to do it with fun and to do it in a balanced way. I'm loving your reading. May I please request oh, I've about to pick up I've picked up this pack. How interesting. The fact that I've done this without even realising it, I've picked up this pack. I'm just going to draw you another card from it. It wouldn't have done that. Frog, prosperity. This is interesting because this is giving us additional information about moose, wisdom. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. This is about manifesting. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. And then we have frog prosperity. Let go of the past again and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy, abundance, and good fortune await you. I actually think you're genuinely going to have a truly prosperous and successful 2024. I really, really do. It's so much of letting go of the past that's coming into your reading. It's a very key part of why these spirit animal guides are with you. They're not just guiding you to the new, but they're helping you to let go of the past. And they're helping you, I think, to remove any expectations. Now, if you've had any expectations where you believe you won't receive support when you need it, you will be guided to find the right people, loyal people, the right tribe. You'll find people who want to help you to find your calling, to live your life in balance. People who will assist you to let go of the past. And I think you're going to, if you've also had any connections to lack, if you have been living in lack or believed that prosperity couldn't come to you, I have to say this is a reading that is shouting abundance. Absolutely shouting abundance. And you haven't got to strive or make it hard work to make it happen. This is coming because you lighten up, you love what you do, you've got the right tribe behind you, the right people with you. Loyal people who love you, love to support you in what you do, and you are, of course, being guided. The ancestors wish to speak through you, which is really interesting. And this connects to eagle. You know, you're on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. And this says you know much. So this is interesting for me because I feel pile 3. That there's something within you, like a seed of possibility or a seed of wisdom or something that you haven't truly valued or you haven't realized the potential that sits within you. There's something that you almost, I feel like you take it for granted as an everyday thing, but I don't think you realize that this is really unique to you. And I do think it's really interesting. Often we assume, we all make assumptions, don't we? It's a human thing. But I think we can sort of assume that you might assume just because you have some wisdom that everybody has that awareness. But I don't think that's the case. We're all on different levels, different ages and stages of our journey. You're stepping up, rising. But this is very specific. This is about abundance. It's about prosperity. It's helping people. It's finding your calling and living a life in balance. But it is about abundance, and the abundance and the prosperity. I don't think it's just financial abundance. I think the financial abundance is here, but I think it's financial abundance. But I think it's also happiness abundance. Joyous abundance, finding the right people abundance. Okay, let's draw more cards. Now I've kind of positioned this card over here, but it felt right. Let's ask for a little bit more around these two, the Moose Wisdom, although this came out here, and the Eagle Mastery. Maybe ask for a bit more information. Maybe ask for more information, please. Okay, this is interesting. This is a blessing in disguise. Be patient and have faith that your angels have this situation under control. What will come is far better than you dared to dream. Now, this is really interesting because I do feel that you are going to sort of, I think your expectations are going to be fulfilled more than you could possibly have imagined, actually. Abundance is your key word. I don't know what else to say, really, pile 3. Everything in your reading is suggesting abundance, and the spirit animal guides, the totem animal guides, are here to absolutely assist you in this. you know, but it really feels like every single area of your life. It doesn't feel like one area. It feels like it's across the board. I'm going to draw some rune cards just to see what else we're shown. Look at that, would you? We have another wolf showing up, Thurizaz. Now this is the rune of gateway. I'm going to place it here on Penguin. Gateway is a point where we literally step through the gateway to a whole new phase of life, a whole new time, a whole new chapter, even a whole new book, a whole new episode. What Thurizaz does ask of us, though, which is a really valuable message, is that it asks you to evaluate, to basically to look back and literally step into a place of gratitude for everything that's ever happened to you, even the really, really, really rubbish stuff, okay? Because you've learned from it, you've grown, and then step through the gateway cleansed, refreshed, free of the past, able to embrace the new. It's like this phenomenal karmic gateway that you step through. So it's not just a gateway or a turning point. It's literally where you step away from the past. Something in your reading is really tuning into stepping away from the past through that gateway into your fullest potential. And I just feel it's going to stream into you. This is a blessing in disguise. Be patient and have faith. I'm going to draw some clarifying cards. Before I draw more runes, I'm going to draw some more clarifying cards. Just because it says this is a blessing in disguise. Because it may be that from a point of gateway, that there's something, this may actually be really letting you know that there's something going on at the moment that you may see as being a little bit of an upheaval. You know, don't panic here. You're not on the wrong path. We have this lovely card here. You're just having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and keep going. This is a blessing in disguise. I sort of feel there's an energy around you here, maybe at the moment where you're possibly feeling like things are not running as smoothly as possible, or you haven't quite found the right people yet to assist you. May we have additional cards, please? May we have additional cards for pile 3? May we kindly ask about this blessing in disguise. Trust the guidance you're receiving. Archangel Uriel has blessed you with a brilliant epiphany. Ah, the gateway rune again. I am also present to clear away your worries so you can trust your divine guidance. Okay. Yes. The rune of gateway, it's this big realizations where you look back and you think of all the things that have got you to where you are today. It gives you so much empowerment when you just say, do you know what, I've learned from that, I'm moving on now. I think there's something at quite a core cellular level within you that has actually held you back. Really something quite central at a core cellular level where you feel, it's held you back. Or it could even be like as if during 2023, you may be one of the many people, remarkable people, I would add, you know, huge honor to you, who have been processing that sort of like almost like genetic family patterns that have been repeated, genetic history, stuff in your genetic line. There's a lot of processing that's been going on. It's been part of the astrology of 2023. You might be one of those people who's been really working at this. And I feel this is the point when you move into 2024. These spirit animal guides are now walking alongside you. Yes, of course, we've got the family card here too with Penguin, your first card. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. I think this is really, I think some of you have been processing some very deep family stuff. And this is the point 2024, where these totem animals, these spirit animal guides, walk with you to actually leave it behind. So everything that you've been going through that's been quite challenging, it has actually been guidance, even if it's been challenging. And it's been almost like paving the way. Literally, look at this, the timing is right, all in perfect timing. It's been paving the way for you to step through. Of course, look at the gateway. Look at the gateway, to step through the gateway. You're ready for more now. You're ready for this. Then we have the rune of joy. Yes, I want to go, yes, yes, yes. I'm seriously rooting for you here. But the energy for you is rooting for you. It feels so uplifted. I feel like you shake something off that you've been processing. You may have been processing it seriously all your lives. You know, from the moment you were born, you might have come here energetically to process something. And I think you've done it. This is the turning point. 2024 is that point when you step into the new joy. The stuff you want to do, not held back anymore. Cleansed, released. Self-mastery. You're not held back by limiting beliefs. Spirit, here we go. Have some more. Then we have Dagaz, the rune of breakthrough. Absolutely. You couldn't write it really, could you? This is the rune of breakthrough. This is this pivotal moment, this mind-blowing universal light bulb moment where you're not held back by anything anymore. You can reach out. This is freedom from something that has held you back, possibly layers of things that have held you back. I'm seeing both these. Let's look at them both. You then have the rune of the self and you have the rune of Rado journey. So this is Manaz. Look at that. I feel that for the first time in your life, you will truly stand tall. Rado, the rune of journey. Your strength is going to be immeasurable. Yeah, you're going to be able to sing your own song. I think 2024, which as I said at the beginning, I didn't see that these were going to be 2024 readings, and I will do still some proper 2024 tarot readings. I had no idea we'd be given so much information about your year. But this is fab. Your growth is exponential. Your capacity to move into a place of flow is phenomenal. And the key word for you, pile 3, is absolutely 1000% abundance. Beautiful souls, thank you for joining me today. It's gorgeous to be reading for you. Your reading is gorgeous. I'm not saying in any way that this has been easy to get to here. I really want to acknowledge that because it's such an uplifting reading. It really is. And, you know, we are also being shown that you've really faced some significantly big stuff to get to where you are today. I mean, peeling back the layers of genetic history and family lineage is huge stuff. Because it takes us way back to our childhood. It often takes us into past lives as well. And I mean, in many ways, it's what we desperately need to do within humanity to clear the energetic blocks that globally we face. So it's a huge task that many, many souls, yourselves, I believe, have come here to do. But this is a point of breakthrough. It's a turning point. It's a new chapter. Let the past go. Which I think you're going to. I think your spirit animal guides are walking with you for this year, very specifically to enable you to overcome, let go of, literally cleanse, release, shed, move away from past issues and really step into a place where anything that's held you back, inner or outer, whether it's having inner peace, inner happiness, whether it's having outer abundance, moving you away from lack. I feel that everything is actually, I mean, this is just a phenomenally uplifting reading. It's mind-blowingly amazing. I would love to be sitting in your shoes because this is actually really quite remarkable. It's gorgeous. Pile 3, this is your reading. I'm going to stop waffling. I am sending you the biggest hug ever. I will be doing other bigger readings, tarot readings for the year ahead. And obviously I do a weekly update where we ask for immediate guidance from Spirit just to help you along the way. And, you know, we check in on if there's any information Spirit will bring you for the next 7 days. I do other pick a card readings. Do ask if, as well, I have been saying in the readings, do ask if you put it into the comments if you have any requests for readings, because I still have a list, and then when I'm preparing for my readings I get the list out and sit and meditate with that and see which questions I'm guided to do readings with. And very often several of you, or, you know, quite a few of you may be asking for exactly the same reading. So do comment. So anyway, thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. Thank you all of you who give back through the super thanks in the comments. It's, you know, I'm so grateful. Thank you. And it really does help to keep the channel going. And yeah, just, wow, I sort of feel like I want to say just have the most abundant 2024. Beautiful souls, I really look forward to seeing you for another reading really, really soon. If despite pressing subscribe and the little bell icon, you don't get my readings coming up and you want to, if you're ever sort of looking for them, just go to the Moon Magic homepage, click on videos, and you can scroll down. There are also playlists, so you can scroll through and you can always find the right reading for you at any moment in time. To be fair, there's a ton of amazing readers out on YouTube anyway, there really are. So I always feel it, you know, it's a wonderful platform for finding the right reading for you at any given time. Pile 3, tons of love. See you really soon.